Donatella, please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, and thank Anna Maria and all organizers. I unfortunately, I am sick, so I apologize if I host when I talk. I prepare a PDF, and so is possible to share with you.
Yes, you can share screen on your.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, my speech titled "Three Project Challenger" because this three project launched the last year. And the truly challenge to realize them. No, I would like to present firstly the DARIAH-HR Research Center. Over this year, I have taken part in many work groups and workshops dedicated to the performing digital arts, digital projects. The result of this research works scattered on the web because there is no community platform for their collection, enhancement, and mutual knowledge. So I had an idea and proposed to create the DARIAH Center. DARIAH Center is an acronym, means International Digital Open Space on the Performing and Visual Arts Culture Heritage Research Center. Open space means the open, collaborative, equal meeting place between hard and soft science based in the good practice of open access. DARIAH Center DARIAH-HR Center is inspired by the Build Our Future from Our Past, relating to research on innovation for green, digital, and innovative European cultural heritage. DARIAH-HR aims to create a community among research groups at the national and international levels to develop European international projects and to share the studies, research methodologies, and design systems to create anthologies for knowledge-based digital archives, museums, and virtual exhibitions dedicated to performing and visual arts culture heritage. In February 2023, the three founding universities, Tor Vergata, Urbino, and Avignon in France, of DARIAH-HR Research Center, will soon sign a multilateral agreement.
Sorry, Ms. Gavrilovich, just to ask you, do you have PowerPoint presentation because we are still on the first? I don't know, is it supposed to move?
No move because no move because I apologize, but it's only now. This is only a project, and I share with you the Italian Theatre Archives Registry. Because,
no problem, we will just check the technology, sorry.
Yes, because, because the DARIAH-HR Center and the PhD Data Science board now, and so it's impossible to present something. No, in February, we signed a multilateral agreement, and now it began to work on the draft of the statement, which will soon allow all interested institutes and researchers to be welcome. Regarding data science, the PhD in data science at University of Roma Tor Vergata was born in September 2022. Sorry. And it consists of 4 pillars, one of which is dedicated to the humanity area, culture, arts, and society. And this is focused on quantitative methods that apply to digital data of a cultural nature for the study and understanding of a cultural sphere, and on methods of analysis, study, representation, and so on. This pillar, led by the professor and computational linguistic and performing arts, and welcomes theater history and art history students, providing them with the necessary computer training. Of course, we are still at an early stage, and the challenge is to be able to meet the needs of all students by gradually eliminating the gap between humanist and computer sciences skill. And finally, this is the 30th challenge is Italian Theatre Archives Registry, and the framework of DARIAH work group Theatralia compilation project of an international theatrical registry. I launched the RADATMAS project at University of Rome Tor Vergata in February 2022, led by me with some students of a master's degree in theatre. This project focused on a randomized research study of the Italian town Macerata and its 15 municipalities. Macerata is a town in the Marche country, in the center of Italy. Thanks to the RADATMAS census, have been discovered 41 theaters out of the 23 reported by the Ministry of Italian Ministry of Culture. And the same goes for the theatrical archives. The census discovered 31 theater archives out of the 3 theater archives reported by Nick. Sorry, I don't have the possibility to translate into English this because there is a huge amount of data and text, and so I present it and in Italian. The census of theater and theatrical archives located in the Macerata area, as well as the first phase of data collection, organization, and then in summer 2022. The surveyed theaters are mostly historical buildings built from the 1st century AD until the 30s of the 20th century. Many of them have fresco decorations and are furnishing. Due to the huge amount of cultural and historical artistic information, I decided to create an Excel table with extensive metadata of the theaters inspired by Wiki Project Cultural Venues. It also contains information on existing theatrical archives and warehouses. I don't know if it's possible to you to see, but we use the same criteria to present the data. And so we have the nation, nation, country, city, and the town and the location with the geographic coordinators, the name of the theater, and all we have collected. But is not enough. So, because historical artistic information is a very, very huge amount. So we decided to narrate it in a worksheet with illustration. For example, when my students show me the material about Teatro Giuseppe Piermarini di Matelica, I don't believe, because Giuseppe Piermarini is a famous architect in neoclassic here, and Piermarini designed the Teatro alla Scala in Milano, and so this is shows important of this building in this theater building in Macerata and in its suburban. As it regards the archives, this table, we decide to create a table for organize the metadata that we find in the theater archives. As regards the archives, there are physical, analog, or digital archives. Unfortunately, the digital archives are very few. The physical archives contain a huge amount of documents and material dated over between the 16th and 20th century. There is non-univocal technical sheet to sort the data of the materials document of a theatrical archive, at least in Italy. For this reason, we created some technical sheets. And here's an example. For example, this is in Teatro Giuseppe Piermarini. There are a fund of historical material, and then there is a physical archive and also digital archive. This is a site, work in progress art bonus, and then there is also the warehouse, the fund for the materials. And so we decided to organize all metadata we found about warehouse, about physical or digital archive in this table sheet. That is the first step. Another example is because there are the material. For example, the postcard, the post that in Italy there isn't a data sheet to welcome this material, and so we decided to organize also and create also a data sheet, a table sheet to catalog these particularly material and documents. In in historical Archivio Piermarini, for example, we found statuti administrative material, for example, bordereau or cantability or photography or architectonic table. All the material is very ancient. In September, the new census of theater archives in the Castelli Romani area began. It is about a 20 ancient town near Rome. At the same time, Roberto Basili, artificial intelligence colleague of computer science department at University of Tor Vergata, joined our working group to design the database of Italian tutors and archive registry. The first problem to be solved in order to create the registry of Italian tutors and archives is to define the general logic for organizing data from different sources and making them semantically interoperable. The slide only shows the current definition used in the conceptual design phase led by the team of humanists in collaboration with the Roberto Basili. The schema describes in a logical, consistent, and expressive way all the collected data, their attribute, and their logical relationships for the access service to the repository. Each rectangle is an entity. AG, the theater, is a volumetric building located in a specific place, and each archives will have a structure that reflects this ontology. The photographic archive, for example, okay. The photographic archive, for example, is separated from the artistic material. The focus is on what interests us. This means contrasting the freedom to enter data over time. The archivist, for example, will have to respect the semantic and the ontologic agreement. The input and output function is consistent with our culture and artistic beliefs. The system is aware of what it contains culturally in alignment with the beliefs of the experts. And this is the project challenge, the Italian registry project challenge in a nutshell. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Donatella, and I give the floor now to my colleague, Vlatka Lemic from the University of Zagreb. She will lead you through the discussion part of this first round.
Thank you very much. Maybe I would let me first say I'm archivist. I'm not artist. So your presentation was very interesting for me, but can I just ask you, did you use any standards for description of archival material or any other standard from GLAM sector when you construct these data sheets and these models for your description?
Now we use, we focused on collect data and to search a common humanist conceptual logic to create a scheme. Obviously, we live in Italy, and so we share the traditional model that we use. But I think it's important to share with us, and in European context, this idea to not in order to not repeat the work, because if you focus it on the Italian model, it's not it's very it's not it's impossible to adapt it in another context. But now there are in the first phase, conceptual phase, and so we focused and to organize all the amount of data.
Yes, but I have, this is not just general question for you, but also for all others speakers and for everybody here, since we have later in the program roundtable about archiving of performing arts. Coming from archival world, many things that you now try to establish, describe archives, digital archives, register of archival institution or theatrical archives.
Yeah.
From my field, there are international standards, so there are data models to do this. If we are speaking today about interoperability, about making some collaborative register, if you want to exchange data or share data, that of course you have to at least use some minimum of elements that can be shared by anyone. Everybody can have some specifics, as you said, Italy have. I think that I recognized here in this model that you show ICA model, new ICA model, records in context, RIC model, which is international standard for describing archive, which is, I think, very good and very advanced. And it can be also, it will be a share of my interest in the new pictures, but compare it also to other issues that we have here. I think when building not just regional or national or international register of any kind, thematic or theatrical archives of any other topic in this field, I think it is very used to consult with data models and international standard, because you have to have at least minimum of interoperability with other similar issues. For example, it was also very interesting for me when you present the model for describing these archives.
Can we leave this discussion for
Yes,
the roundtable?
yes, sorry. Also, thank you very much. It is already, I'm sorry, when I see your archiving model, I was all in the archives, as you can see all the time. So we will save it for open table, and it will be very nice if you can join us maybe also for this discussion at the round table, and then we can also continue with some examples from your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I privatized this discussion, sorry, but archives was like red
Thank you.
flag for me.